Hello, 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 beloved souls. It is Thriving and Healthy Thursday. So, we had a new moon in Libra, so let's say Leo, Libra yesterday. Mercury still in retrograde, thus me not being able to speak properly sometimes. And Pluto went direct, and we have Sagittarius moving into, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius. I'm going to try to say this all in English and get it out as quickly as possible. Anyway, so there's a big focus on with the retrogrades, like healing and looking at things and reviewing things. And with this Libra energy, it's been a lot about coming into balance with ourselves, right? A real balancing of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within each and every one of us, right? Libra in tarot is the justice card, right? So scales, things coming into balance, right? So you need to really like focus right now and look at your life. Like, what is that imbalance in my life? Like, am I honoring my feminine side, my creativity, my nurturing, my ability to be sensitive and to feel the emotions that are coming up? And am I honoring my masculine side, right? Am I putting action behind the creative thoughts that I'm getting, right? Am I standing in my power, my sovereignty, my majesty? Do I know my strength? Do I know my power? Do I know my worth? And so these are the things that are coming up right now, right? So I want to just tap in, grab maybe a healing mantra or two just to give us a little bit of oomph for this upcoming weekend. And if need be, we'll do some tapping or bring in any other healing modalities that might want to join us. So pull a card, beautiful team of light for the collective right now. Pour some healing power message into them. Okay. Sharing shame. Wow. That's a powerful card. Look at the geometry. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. It's really powerful when you're able to just be aware of where you're at, right? And maybe say it out loud. And if it's hard for you to say it out loud, like maybe write it out. You know, I'm a big fan of journaling, right? We're talking about healing modalities. Journaling is one of my go-to methods. It's one of my methods that I tell everyone in my tribe and all of my clients, like, please, please, please journal. Get the shit out of your head. Get it out of your body. Give it a place to go. And as we journal things out, right, we tend to find more clarity. We tend to get to more peaceful place, right? We tend to shift through that, and instead of letting the emotions sit in our body, we let it release as we write it all out. And you can always look back to see how far you've come with it as well, right? But finding a safe place to be heard is really important, right? Which is why we have spaces like this, my high vibe tribe, where I'm always trying to bring people together and pour life into people, because I know how it feels to be in a situation where you should be loved, you should be seen, you should be heard, and you're not. You feel neglected, you feel ignored, you feel invisible, right? And it's really hurtful. And so find a safe space, find someone that you can reach out to, right? My email and my phone number in the description box below. But there's communities on Facebook, there's communities everywhere. Like, the world is coming together in this global market all through the internet. You can find some place or someone to pour this out and to get it out of your body. And also be aware that maybe you're going to be the listening ear, right? Maybe people are going to be pouring into you right now because you're the light and you're a safe space, right? And so it's about holding a really safe, sacred space for you and honoring where you're at and sharing the pains of your life are nothing to be ashamed of, right? We've all been hurt in some kind of way, and some of us have hurt people as well along the way, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is not about judgment. This is about awareness. This is about being honest with ourselves and making better decisions from that space. That's all, right? Pull another one. Okay. Untangling neglect. Didn't I just say? Didn't I just say? I know how it feels. I take. I'm sorry. I just love when they just I just love it. I don't think I'll ever stop being in awe with how amazing and on point and spot on the universe, my angels, my team of light ever are. It doesn't matter how many times I do readings, I'm always just like, I love when the messages, coincide and make sense. They always do, but it's mind-boggling to me. Anyway, I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Do you feel that? I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Look at the geometry and feel that, right? Feel that. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Say that, right? Give it to yourself. This is about, what did I just say? All this Libra energy is about balancing and coming into union with ourselves, our divine feminine, our divine masculine selves, right? Our light and dark selves, our soul self, and our human selves, right? You're 100% divine and 100% human, right? 100% light and 100% dark. Own every aspect of you and pour love into it. Because when you love those aspects of yourself that maybe you're feeling a little shamed about, or maybe you feel guilty or pained about, when you can give it love and give it a voice, you can shift through it and you can get to the next step. You can shift through it and you can grow from it. You can shift through it and you can make better decisions. But a cancer left neglected will spread and become cancerous to everything around it, right? And so instead of letting this thing spread like a cancer or like a fungus in your life, you take hold of it and you get it out right there, right? You go deep, you get the scalpel, you dig it out right there so that it's no longer in you and it's not affecting the things around you anymore, right? And so this is about really just like showing up for yourself. And if you have that feeling of neglect, a lot of us are still dealing with like inner child wounds and the things from that. Talk to someone or write it out or find a safe space, like, and understand that those moments or those things do not define who you are, right? I know it feels like that sometimes, like the pain feels so raw that like you're still dealing with it in the present moment, but you got to think about it like that happened 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, right? That my dad said that really mean thing to me when I was in the schoolyard, or that kid was a freaking bully, or my mom broke her promise. Like, that those were moments, not a lifetime offense. It was a moment. And when we could start to untangle, unravel it for what it really is, and seeing things truly for what they are, a moment of pain, not a lifetime of pain, we could start to shift through it and we can start to move our perspective. And we can also start to see that that was then and that was a long time ago. And here we are now, safe and secure in our body in the present moment. And that thing does not have to hurt us anymore. We don't have to keep focusing on that. We're better now, right? We move forward. And if we haven't, we can give ourselves a chance and opportunity to move forward, right? It's about showing up for yourself under this Libra new moon and being there for yourself. Every aspect of yourself, even the parts of yourself that you don't like, right? You don't necessarily love necessarily. Just look at it, right? You don't have to love everything about your life. But you need to be aware of it so the things that you're not in love with, you can shift. But if you're just sitting there with your eyes closed or your head buried in the sand like a freaking ostrich, you're not going to make any shifts. But if you can be aware of like, all right, well, I'm not really happy with the money I'm making, or I'm not really happy with where I live, or I'm not really happy with my weight, or I'm just not really happy in this relationship. Like you can start to look at things and see where the shifts need to be made. And sometimes the shift is literally just a shift in perspective. It's a shift in how you're looking at things. Sometimes the physical thing does not need to change. It's literally just our mindset. Instead of looking at the glass half empty, looking at it as half full, like literally shifting your mindset instead of being like, oh, it's Monday. Being like, oh, it's Monday. Like, yes, I have a new week. I get to get started. I have new projects, more money to make. I get to move forward with like the shit that I didn't get to finish last week. Like, it's your mindset. People ask me all the time, how are you doing? I'm like, extraordinary, amazing, magnetic, majestic, sovereign. How are you? And they're like, good. Oh, I guess I'm okay. Oh, I could be better. And I'm like, or my favorite is, oh, I wish I could be that. You wish you could be what? Extraordinary. You can. It's not my word. I didn't make it. Anybody can be extraordinary. Opt into it. I literally choose every day to feel good because I didn't like how it felt to not feel good. You know what I mean? Like waking up and being upset and being heartbroken or feeling judged or less than, like those feelings, not a good look. And that's not something that I want to bring into my everyday. And so I opt into like joy, and I opt into happiness. I opt into being extraordinary. I opt into feeling good. I opt into calling down light and just like connecting with heaven. And every time I connect with the angels, with the guys, and with you guys, like I just feel vibrant and luminous and joyful and loving. So I can't be upset because you can't be filled with light, love, and joy and a miserable bitch at the same time. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Talk about the balance, right? That's completely imbalanced. It does not work like that. Like when you're vibing high, you stay up there. If I'm gonna be down here in the shit show, then I can't be upset by the shit show that I have to deal with down there, right? You have a high vibration, you have access to everything below you, but everything below you does not have access to you if you keep your vibration high. Vibe high, people. Vibe high. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna pull one more card. So I was going to pull one. They always do this. Whenever I ask for one, they like to throw two. Anyway, bottom of the deck is back. That's so interesting because this card is backwards, but it's at the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna deal with that in a second. That's so interesting. Okay. Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. What did I just say? Give a voice to these things. Everything. The darkness, the creativity, the love. Give a voice. Name these things in your life. Give it a name. You have power over it. Name these things. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. How are you expressing the innermost you? How are you getting that voice out? Is it through art? Is it through music? Is it through cooking? Is it through writing? Is it through your speeches? Are you a fashion designer? Do you teach yoga or meditation? Are you a teacher? Are you an accountant? Like, how are you expressing your authentic you? I think some people think that, like, in order to be of I don't know, use to the world that it has to be in a spiritual platform or like some big leadership role. And they forget that like their light is important where they're at. There's over 7 billion people on this planet. Everyone is located someplace for a reason. We're not all meant to be in the same place doing the same thing. So if your joy is mathematics and you're a great freaking CPA and you enjoy showing up to work and working the place that you work, your light, your vibration is emanating out and completely affecting those around you in the environment that you're in and the building you're in and that neighborhood that you're in. That's powerful. That's beautiful. That is light work. That is amazing. So, what are you doing to give a voice to the innermost you? How are you showing up for you right now? This is all about you, my beloveds. All about you. It always is. Soothing and patient. Well, one, be patient with yourself. There's nothing to do but wait. There's nothing to do but wait. There's nothing to do but wait. Let me tell you something. I'm an Aries. I am so impatient. So impatient. I am gonna tell you right now, I am so impatient. It's taken me a long time to learn how to sit, be still, meditate, chill. I'm not only an Aries, so we're naturally impatient. I'm also from New York. When I ask you for something, I needed it done yesterday. I already have an attitude that I even have to ask. Like, that's how impatient I am. So I get it. But when it comes to this whole healing process and this whole like peeling back the layers of who we are, guess what? The shit didn't happen overnight, right? I'm not talking about just some drama from yesterday. I'm talking about stuff that happened 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Now, all these decades have passed and you've been holding on to this pain. You think you're just gonna have like one little session and boom, all of it's gonna be gone? No, 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 no. It's gonna take you a minute to unravel and get through the bullshit. So you have to be patient with yourself during this process and understand that yeah, it's gonna be a little ugly and it's gonna be a little raw. And maybe there's shit that you don't want to admit to, maybe shit you don't want to deal with, maybe you don't want to see your toxicity, maybe you don't want to admit that you stayed too long or that you should have did something different. Like there's all these things that we start beating ourselves up about, right? And it's not about that. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about yeah, looking at it, being aware, being like, all right, when you know better, you do better, and then doing better the next time, right? Not holding yourself in judgment, but just doing better. and just knowing that you can. And also not holding on to the resentment and the pain and the anger of the people, places, or things that you think are associated with those pains, right? Like letting go of those judgments, letting go of those resentments, letting go of those pains and those feelings. People were doing the best from where they were at, right? That's not excusing their behavior. That's not placating their behavior. That's not saying that anything that happened was okay, because a lot of shit that went down shouldn't have went down. And a lot of shit that went down you will never receive an apology about. You will never even get acknowledgement about. And most of the people that hurt you did so consciously and probably don't give two fucks about it. Okay? Just just be really real with yourself. Know where you're at, know what it is what it is, and where you're at, you want to keep holding on to the fact that, oh, well, they never said sorry, or they died, or, we still had to fight. Like, how long are you going to hold on to it? How long do you want to be miserable? Because I'm sure they're living their life, chilling, not thinking about you nearly as much as you're thinking about them. So it's time for you to show up for you and be like, fuck that. Like, I want my happiness. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be joyful. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be successful. I deserve to feel good. I deserve to be around people that make me feel good. And if you don't make me feel good, then I don't want you in my life. And I deserve to not feel bad about that, right? I deserve to feel good about my choices, about the things I'm doing, the people I'm seeing, the foods that I'm eating, the way that you're raising your children, like the place you live. Like, feel good about your life. And if there are people around you that are trying to make you feel bad about the choices that you're making for your joy and your success and your overall well-being, well, then maybe they're part of the reason you were stagnant for so long. And maybe they no longer deserve a space in your life because they don't fit in this new secret space that you're in. They don't fit in the roles of the people that are showing up in your life, right? Because when you start showing up differently, people in your life have to start showing up differently. And if everyone in your life isn't willing to make those changes or shifts, you're going to find some resentment. You're going to find some resistance, right? And it can feel really ugly and it can feel really alone. That's when you call out to your team of light, right? You call out to your angels, your ancestors. You're like, bring me my soul tribe. Bring me people that understand my gifts, my vision, my purpose, that are going to help me grow, that get what I'm saying, that can hear me. I want to feel seen. I want to feel heard. I want to feel loved. I want to feel valuable. I want to know that I'm not alone in this world. I want to look around and not just see people, but feel a part of something, Call it in and let the universe bless you. I joyfully tell everyone how spoiled I am by the universe all the time. And I'm not the only one that gets spoiled by the universe. I just like to brag on God and brag on the angels and brag on the universe and brag on my vibration and brag on manifestations because I think it's dope. I think it's beautiful. I love helping people. I love serving God, and I get to have mad fun doing it. And so I do it all the time. And the universe goes out of its way to surprise and delight me. Why? Because I expect the universe to go out of its way to surprise and delight me. Every day I'm like, today is going to be a great day. I can't wait to see how the universe is going to show up and make me like just feel good. Every day. I just expect that. Like I expect the sunrise. Like I expect to open my eyes. Like I expect the water to be on when I cut it on in my freaking sink. Like I expect the lights to cut on when I go into a room. Expectation. So what is the expectation that you have for your life, right? Are you expecting life to suck? Are you expecting life to love you? Because my life loves me and I love my life. And life loves me because I love it and we love each other in return, and it's just a beautiful back and forth of deliciousness. And maybe you need to make that like your mantra, like life loves me and I'm going to let it prove it. You don't listen, I tell people all the time, you don't have to believe a motherfucking word I say. If you don't believe me, put it to the test. Put it to the test. Ask your team of light. If that bitch is telling the truth, prove it to me. Show me that I'm loved. Show me that I'm needed. Show me that I'm valuable. Show me that I'm worthy. And if she's fucking crazy, then I'll never hear from her again. And I won't know. Tomorrow will suck just like any other day will suck. Put it to the test. Put it to the test. Put it. I double dog dare you. Put the shit to the test. And I'll see you when you log back on. Anyway. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Have the most amazing weekend. It's going to be a wonderful Thursday. Just feel the love. Take all the blessings. And oh shit, I almost forgot the last card. Balancing the brain. This is the card that was backwards. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. That's your closing message. All right. I love you. Later.